What's up, my dino folks, my dino brethren? I've got a Patreon! Oh, this is Matthew Donald, by the way. You probably should know whose Patreon you're signing up for before you sign up for it. Just a handy life tip, listeners, at patreon.com/Matthew Donald. There you can find bonus content for both the Ritwit and Paleobites, my two podcasts. For the Paleobites bonus content, we discuss pop culture featuring prehistoric animals. And this month, we're talking about Dinotopia, a land apart from time. This is the one that started it all in the Dinotopia franchise. The lovingly illustrated picture book extravaganza written and illustrated by James Gurney. It's great stuff. It's an amazing world. I would love to live there, except for the lack of internet. I couldn't live without the internet. Link is in the description for where you can sign up to the Patreon, especially if you're looking at this from Libsyn. It's right there at the bottom, paleobites.libsyn.com. It's right down there. Thank you for your support. Have a lovely day.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast stuck in a perpetual ice age.
Like my mom.
Oh, like my love life.
Yeah.
My name's Matthew Donald, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by someone who has a very good love life because he just got married recently.
Whoop whoop.
Lawrence Mack, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Obviously, I got the old ball and chain going on, so
Yes.
my leg hurts, my back hurts a little bit.
In fact, she's
but...
waiting for you in the car out there just to make absolutely sure you don't go anywhere.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, uh-huh.
You guys share a joint Facebook account.
Yep. And I have this ankle monitor on.
Oh, wow, yeah.
At least she got me a fashionable one. It's a nice orange color.
And you have one of those suicide bombs you have in your neck, in your head, right, in Suicide Squad, that you can just press a button and then just your head blows off. What is that? How does it work? I never saw Suicide Squad. It looked terrible.
I didn't see it either. Yeah,
it was
so I'm
terrible.
Not sure.
So
I got one of the cyanide capsules, but that's on a button as well, so it's not for myself. It's just for whenever she wants to use it.
sounds like a wonderful marriage.
Yeah.
The sanctity of marriage
Happy
is still
bliss.
safe.
Happy bliss.
Here's your question: if you could marry a dinosaur, which one would you marry? And I know you're already married to one. No,
Well, I mean, we could move to Utah, I suppose. Sorry, Utonians.
Utonians. That's too cool of a name for the people living in Utah.
Yeah, that's true.
No offense to any Utonians.
Utahanians.
Utonians.
Utonians. That sounds more nerdy. Okay.
The Utah, like the Dakota, you know?
Yeah, the Utah. There we go. That's what you guys
I've
call
seen these folk out in the Dakota. They can smell fear just by looking at you, so keep quiet.
it. These people out here in the Utah can marry dinosaurs as much and often as they like. Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of options. I feel like on one hand, I feel like on one hand I wouldn't want to marry an herbivore because I like eating meat so
Because you
much.
never heard of herbivore.
But on the other hand, marrying like some sort of long-necked dinosaur would be pretty.
You could slide down their neck to go to work every day.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could just curl up, and sometimes it's nice to be the little spoon, and you'd be like a nice little spoon with the long neck.
I'm gonna marry a penguin. That's what I'll marry, a penguin. That's a dinosaur.
A penguin.
It already has its tux all ready to go for the wedding.
Oh, see, there you go. It's just a little cheaper. He's always dressed up to go out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a prehistoric penguin that we discussed in the podcast before called Anthropornis.
No.
It's a 6-foot tall penguin.
Oh my.
It's literally called Anthropornis.
Oh my god, that hurts my head. Anthropornis. Either that is the most ingenious name of all time, or somebody was really high. Or both.
Or both. Oh, no, actually I did an episode on it. It was described in like the early 1900s, so I checked to make sure when the term porn was defined.
Yeah.
Because the reason it's called Anthropornis is because it's combining the word anthropo, which means humans, and ornis, which means birds. So man-bird is what it means, like anthropology, like.
Okay.
And it just happened to combine in a very unfortunate manner.
Man bird is and it has very large manhood as a bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's what I
Got it.
married. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, speaking of none of that, thank God.
Yep, moving on to a more savory subject.
We're talking about Shastasaurus or Shastasaurus.
Shastasaurus.
Anyways, it means Mount Shasta lizard, which is a mountain in California.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So they named an aquatic lizard after a mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I
you
dig
know.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen Fantasia 2000, where the humpback
Yeah.
whales fly, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Fly
that makes
across
sense.
through mountains, you know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Perfect.
Yeah.
Got it.
Type, it's an ichthyosaur, but a much, much, much larger one than Ichthyosaurus.
Go big or go home, right?
Here's how big. Size, 59 to 75 feet,
Oh, my God.
18 to 23 meters long, 80 to 140 tons.
Oh, my God. How did that thing not just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Same way whales don't, I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
Diet's carnivore, but mostly small fish and squids, just a bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
Time, mid to late Triassic, 235 to 205 million years ago. Location,
Jeez.
California, British Columbia, as you were saying,
Uh-huh.
and China.
China! Maybe that's what brought over coronavirus. It traveled in the Shastasaur.
Yeah, that's what they added in the remake of Mulan instead of Mushu, a
The
Shastasaurus.
Shastasaur. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Still voiced by Eddie Murphy, though, you know.
Right, I mean, obviously, it couldn't be anything different.
Yeah, how can you imagine a movie about Mulan that doesn't have Eddie Murphy as Mushu?
What?
It sounds like it shouldn't ever be made, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why would they ever waste money on that?
That'd be such a flop, man.
Yeah, exactly. That instantly sounds like they need to cut that idea out of their heads.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Don't even get past stage one.
Well, pop culture appearances as well as the Disney remake of Mulan. I mean, there's already Disney Mulan. You know, the live-action remake of Mulan.
Yes.
It's also in Jurassic Park Builder, the mobile game by Ludia that got replaced by Jurassic World the game later on.
Okay.
It's not an Ark Survival Evolved this time.
Oh, come on, Ark.
I need to play that game, man.
I got it. I started playing it. I haven't done too much with it.
Survival games I'm just not good at.
I know.
Yeah,
I literally played
Which
it one
really
night.
says a lot about why I prefer a cushy lifestyle. Because, like, if you put me out in the woods, I would die. Like,
Right? I'm like, I don't know how to turn this random plant into rope that apparently can build me a raft.
if you put me in the middle of nowhere, my first instinct isn't to try and build a house. My instinct is to get the hell out of there.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Instincts to, I don't know, go home.
Yeah.
Not build yourself a new home.
This is not my home. My home is at home with a computer,
Yep, yeah, exactly.
a bird that squawks my name whenever I come in, and,
Yeah, exactly.
and a big couch,
Yep, and plenty of frozen pizzas in the freezer.
and internet.
Yeah, interwebs.
Alright. So not all ichthyosaurs were dolphin-sized. The later ones were, but some of the early ones were more whale-sized.
Oh,
Like big whale-sized.
dolphin whales.
You know what? Dolphins are actually whales. They're actually a smaller subspecies. They're in the whale family.
Really?
They're just a
I-
smaller subspecies.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like these are like big whale sized, like comparable to the largest animal of all time, the blue whale sized.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah. Shastasaurus and the closely related but still slightly smaller Shonisaurus were the biggest marine reptiles of all time. Bigger than any mosasaur, bigger than any plesiosaur, bigger than any pliosaur. Yes, the record goes to an ichthyosaur for the largest marine reptile.
That's crazy. I did
Isn't
not
that-
know that.
Yeah,
either.
isn't that weird to
Wow.
think about?
I always thought mosasaurs were the biggest.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I think they're the second biggest.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing Shonisaurus instead,
Uh-huh.
as it's more famous than Shastasaurus, but the subspecies of Shonisaurus that's the biggest marine reptile ever is now actually assumed to be a subspecies of Shastasaurus.
Ah.
And since size is all I care about, Shastasaurus it is. Bigger
Wow.
is better, I
Yep,
say.
exactly. Go big or don't go anywhere at all.
Yep, go big or there's no or. Just go
Yeah,
big.
just go big. Go big.
Go big or go bigger. There is no try.
Yeah, don't try. Just go big. Go as big as you possibly can.
Yeah. One thing about Shastasaurus that's not bigger, though, is its teeth. It doesn't
Yeah.
have any.
Ow.
Like
wow.
Struthiomimus, it just dares to not have any teeth.
How dare it? That is rude, uncalled for. And who did we contact about getting Struthiomimus some teeth?
A
There's
paleoorthodontist.
Paleoorthodontist, yeah. So we need an aqua paleoorthodontist.
A marine paleoorthodontist, like a marine biologist.
Marine paleoorthodontist. There we go. Let's call one of those up.
God, if you're the one person in the world that has that profession,
Please let us know.
please subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah, and let's get Shastasaurus some teeth.
So, while most ichthyosaurs have long, toothy snouts like dolphins, Shastasaurus had a short, toothless snout.
Interesting.
Therefore, how it sustained its massive girth has been a subject of great debate.
Huh.
Hold on. What the hell? On Google Docs, it just said someone joined, and I'm like, ooh, this is scary. This is scary.
Creepy. We got ghosts up in here.
It's gonna start writing here like
Ghosts in
like
new
Tom Riddle's
technology.
diary. It's just
Right?
gonna start writing itself.
Here. At one point, I'm going to look over and you've just gotten sucked into your computer.
Speaking of suck, some have proposed Shastasaurus to be a suction feeder,
Oh, really?
sucking up soft-bodied cephalopods like squid and cuttlefish.
Oh, it likes to cuddle. That's cute.
Cuttlefish.
It likes to cuddle.
Cuttlefish. Whoop,
Cuttlefish.
Remember Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
It's like cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish.
Others said that the ichthyosaur jaws do not fit the suction-feeding profile, whatever that means. Only a certain type of jaw can suck.
I guess.
Others can blow,
Yeah, I mean, Mega Maid does both.
It's a complete package.
Yeah, exactly.
But since there's no counter-proposal to how it ate, I guess it's just held its mouth open and just gobbled up a bunch of fish at once, kind of like a humpback whale.
Yeah, it's like kind of like whales.
Or, and here's a wild idea,
Huh.
it just didn't eat at all.
Wow.
Maybe each Shastasaurus is born with a big fat reserve that it lives on the rest of its life. That's my theory. I'm going to publish a paper on it shortly.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm down for that. I would like to be that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get thinner as you get older. Be like, yeah, this is the best trip I've ever been.
No, I love eating too much.
I know.
I'm going
me
to go
too.
on the way back home. I'm going to get me some Taco Bell, man.
I'm at the Pizza Hut. I've had that stupid song stuck in my head for all day.
I've never heard that song. It sounds like that's a good thing.
It's it's currently being used. It's popular on TikTok. A
Yeah.
popular audio clip.
I don't use TikTok. TikTok is the app where I've especially become an old person. Like, what are you kids doing?
Yep, I've been into it mostly since the beginning of quarantine, and I have wasted so much time on that app. It's awful. I mean,
maybe I'll be sucked into it at some point.
yeah,
Like fish and cuttlefish got sucked into
right. Just
Shastasaurus's short toothless snout.
That's what we're gonna use that straw for from earlier.
Ah,
I don't remember what we were talking about a straw.
I don't either.
I
I think you're
remember I
making this up.
You'll hear it when you edit all this.
Right. So there were several different species assigned to the Shastasaurus genus, with Shastasaurus silcanensis, I think, silcanensis being the biggest, and that's the only one we're talking about. One species, Shastasaurus newbigii, was considered dubious for a long time before being redescribed and reassigned to its own Jesus. To its own Jesus.
Old Smalley.
Phantomosaurus, actually.
Phantom. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Does that mean Jesus is the Phantom?
I mean, he did die and come back to life.
Is he the Holy Spirit? Is that how that works?
I'm not Catholic. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. All right, one of our Catholic listeners who already abandoned us after all of our abortion jokes, you please write in and let us know how that works. We'd
Right. Jesus.
dying to know.
Jesus, the first zombie story.
Yep, exactly. Why didn't he want to eat other people's brains, though? That's weird.
I mean, he did want to convert people.
Oh, that's how you convert them.
Yeah,
bit everybody. They just left that out.
It's funny. I listen to these. There's sometimes I go to these top 10 pop culture things on, and sometimes I love it when they just throw in a random one they didn't expect, like saying like Jesus is the first zombie story. One of them is like, here's the top 10 best ninjas. Number 1 or number 2 are actually probably Batman.
Yeah, not entirely wrong. Not expected though.
Here are the top 10 best mummies. Number 3, Darth Vader.
Yep, okay, I dig it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's not you.
That's awesome.
That's a cord here, but yeah, I thought it was your
Right.
foot. There's another one. I forgot what it was. I was like, wow, that really is that kind of person.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's strange to think about, but it fits.
Yeah.
So I was I went to the Royal Turtle Museum up in Alberta, Canada, and I'm sure I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And they had on display, I believe it was a Shastasaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly for 100% certainty. But I do know they found it in British Columbia, so
Yes.
that makes sense. So it probably was a Shastasaurus. It was absolutely massive.
Yeah, no, this is huge creature.
Yeah. And we were watching, they had a nice documentary about it.
Ooh.
Because they had their own, it was the Royal Turtle Museum paleontologists who went and excavated it and brought it back to the museum. And it was the biggest specimen ever found at the time, at least. And it took one of the longest excavations that at least the museum had ever done.
Wow.
It took them, I think, 2.5, maybe 3 years or something.
Wow. That's
There's
really
a
cool.
lot of where it was located. It was in the middle of a forest and on a riverbed, and it had a really bad rainy season.
Oh.
So they had only a little bit of time. It was very hard to get in and out.
Right, I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it was with all the trees, they couldn't just get in very close. So it was a long hike to just get in and out. Then they had to use helicopters to take everything out of there.
Wow.
It was a
This
very
is-
long process.
This sounds incredible. I love it when
Yeah.
the co-hosts also teach me something on this show. I'm not just
Right.
the one teaching other people. Like this is
Yeah.
a collective learning
Right.
thing. So
Exactly. We're all here to learn.
yeah.
But it was absolutely fascinating to watch, and we got a backstage pass. Whatever you call it.
Oh, fancy man.
Right. We got access to some of the behind the scenes stuff when they were bringing it in, and we got to see the skull, and it was just huge.
Oh wow.
It was so incredible.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, we're at everyone's favorite part of the show. Maybe I don't know. We're right at the end of 165 million. I don't know. This is really damn cool. I'm gonna give it
Right.
like 64 million or 60. I don't know what it loses points for, but it's
Right.
just so damn cool.
Right?
Like,
I'm gonna go 65 million.
oh, perfect score.
Perfect score for me. It was always fascinating me. It's been one of my favorites since I saw the fossils up in the museum up there in Canada, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just love it. It's super cool. Apex, obviously the biggest marine
Biggest marine reptile of all time.
Of all time, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I love it. Can't
It's
get
pretty
much better.
cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. All right, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at Matthew Donald Creator on Facebook. Wait. You can contact me at Matt D at MatthewDonaldCreator.com. I have a social. You can follow me on social media. I'm really tired. I'm really hungry. It's election day, and I want to know how it's going on, guys.
Yep.
It's November 3rd when we're recording this, but
Cut us a little slack.
okay, so if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at Matthew Donald Creator on Facebook, at Matthew Donald 64 on Twitter, at Matthew Donald 64 on Instagram. Actually, no, there's no at on Instagram. You get what I mean. I have a book series on Amazon, Megazoic, available for print and Kindle. No Shastasaurus, unfortunately. That was a bit before when the book took place. It does have dinosaurs with laser guns, though, so that's pretty cool.
Right. Yep. It's that. I suppose that could make up for the lack of Shastasaurus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the lasers that did it for me.
Yeah, the lasers. And it's a good supplement. Not supplement. It's a good replacement.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I need a supplement. I need a dietary supplement.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But
Yeah.
a fattening one for me.
Yeah, I'm not like Shastasaurus. I actually have to eat. I do have fat reserves, but I need to replenish them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Our fat reserves have to be sustained. They're an integral part of our systems.
Yes.
Yes.
I also have a podcast called The Right Way about writing, but who cares? All right, that's it for this week. If you want to say at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites, globe. I gotta suck it.
That was some yummy fish. Did that Shastasaurus die? What happened?
It got beached, man.
It got beached. It sucked out all the water and it beached itself.
Oh, God.